Hello YouTubers, Paul here, your channel host, welcome to my channel. Well, I'm almost finished catching up with my vlogs from last year. This is the final batch, which is the I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here vlogs. So, I've got prompt cards, which I was writing during the series on. So, I'm going to go through them and let you know about each episode. So, oh no, I'm going to do weeks in, like, vlog about the first episode and then do Monday to Sunday for the first week, Monday to Sunday for the second week as well, if that makes sense, and so on until the final. So, okay, so without a further ado, the first episode of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here of 2019. Let's get this right. There was a big boat, like a big yacht, where some of the celebrities came onto, and 3, 4, 5. There was 5 of them on the big boat, which was like a yacht, and they were having drinks, and some of them came like dressed up, you know. There was Ian Wright, footballer and Match of the Day presenter. Nadine Coyle, ex-Girls Aloud singer. Miles Stevenson, never heard of him, but he's a singer from Rak Sue, never heard of them, but it's one of these bands from the X Factor. Kate Garraway, obviously from Good Morning Britain and Daybreak and whatever. And James Haskell. I'd heard of him, but wasn't sure, 100% sure of who he was. He's I think he's a rugby player, or he still is a rugby player, I'm not sure. So they were on the big boat, and then in the speedboats, Roman Kemp, who it turned out was actually Martin Kemp and Shirley Kemp's son. Martin Kemp I know from EastEnders and Spandau Ballet. He's also a capital radio DJ, which I didn't know. Jacqueline Josser, Lauren Brannan from EastEnders. Andrew Maxwell, never heard of him, but he was an Irish comedian. Adele Roberts, Radio 1 DJ. Now, I remember her best for being in Big Brother in the second series, I think, with Jade Goody. And Caitlyn Jenner of the Kardashians and the Jenner family, yeah. Right, so that was the speedboats. And then what had to happen was the big boat, the people on the big boat, the 5 contestants, or the 5 celebs, had to swim from the big boat onto the beach where the speedboat people were, the ones in the speedboat were. So the first on the beach was Miles, so he chose Roman to pair up with. Second was James, and he chose Caitlyn to pair up with. Third was Nadine, and she chose Adele to team up with. The fourth was Ian Wright, he chose Jacqueline to team up with. And the final one was 5th Kate was last, and she ended up with Andrew to team up with. So, and what it was there were these pairs were split into teams for a battle for powers. So Jacqueline and Ian, Roman and Miles, and Andrew and Kate had to walk a plank. So what they did was they had to meet Ant and Dec on a big tall building. It happened last year as well, in 2018 as well. They were on a massive tall building in Australia, and they had planks going out. Well, this one, because last year's series, they went out, turned round and walked back. But this time, the planks were double. So what they had to do, they had to walk out, turn round, walk down step ladders to the next plank, and then walk along and they had to hit a red button when they heard a honk, I think it was. And then Adele and Nadine, let's get this right, hang on a minute, sorry about this. Out of Adele and Nadine and Caitlyn and James, Caitlyn and Nadine had to do a skydive, where they then met James and Adele, who were doing a kayak to meet up with them, if that makes sense. So Caitlin and Nadine had to go up in the air and do a skydive. Do a skydive and meet up with Caitlin and James, and then they had to put their hands in a box to find some keys. The ones who ended up in the main camp were as a result of this was Roman and Miles, and Adele and Nadine, and Snake Rock, which is the bard camp. Jacqueline and Ian, Andrew and Kate, and Caitlin and James. They were all ended up in Snake Rock on basic rations, sleeping on the jungle floor. And that was the end of episode 1. Sorry if it sounds so complicated. It's just, well, we're in January now, and I just wrote them on prompt cards, so I do apologise. At least I'm giving me explanations, though. Okay, so that's the first episode over and done with. So now I'm gonna. The next vlog will be episodes 2 through to, well, the Sunday. So the Monday through to the Sunday. So see you in a bit, YouTubers.